Hello and welcome to another update video about VeChain. VeChain obviously did make it quite well since the low here at the support level of the descending wedge at around 3.7 cents. VeChain made 129%. That is pretty much what the near protocol, I just made a video about the near protocol, worth watching as well, of course. But this is pretty much the same percentage that the near protocol made as well in this run to the upside. When we came to the top here, I told you there would be a small correction because we can count this as a small impulse. And so let's just count that again, just to show you really what I'm looking at here. So it can certainly be counted here as a wave 1, that's wave 2. We've got our wave 3 here, come down in wave 4, wave 5. What do you see afterwards? You see normally an ABC correction. So I personally wouldn't be surprised if we drop below that ascending trend line, because generally this is not enough for just an ABC. So you would not call that normally an ABC correction, not of a wave 2, because this here would be a wave 1 and this a wave 2. So we should come lower, yeah. So the next few days will show how that is going to play out. I mean, it is certainly possible that this wave 5 isn't finished. So yeah, maybe we are gonna see an extension here, absolutely. But in that case, we would not have seen the ABC, because what you normally do when you see this, yeah, the retracements of that first wave 1 then here, you would normally come down to at least, yeah, that is the minimum requirement of a wave 2, to the 50% retracement level at 6.4 cents. That is what I'm looking at here at the minimum, what we need to retrace to. If we don't retrace to that level, then you have not started your ABC yet. Okay, so hopefully we'll make that clear here. At the moment we hold above this ascending trend line. We're currently looking here at a pullback to an ascending trend line, and if we start going on from here, then we probably have not seen yet the ABC work out. Yeah, this could be the wave A. Yeah, in the next instance we could see the wave B to the upside, absolutely, and then the wave C. That's a possibility. And maybe in that wave A, maybe we are still in the wave A and we drop down here, because even in a wave A, so let's say, right, we're gonna look here at an A, B, C, yeah, roughly. But within that wave A itself, you have 5 waves. So this could be our wave 1, 2, now you're doing your wave 3, 4, 5, yeah, just to really explain you what I'm looking at. And then you see in your wave B, a wave B has 3 waves, yeah, so A, B, C. And then in your wave C, you have again 5 waves. So you do something like that, roughly, yeah. So just for everybody, this is the most basic pattern. Of course, there are various variances or variations of that. But the message here is, as long as we stay above this ascending trend line, I think we are not yet in that, we haven't completed that ABC yet, and we could still push a little bit higher. Seems like that VeChain is struggling to push above that 200-day moving average. But I think, as I said, I think we have finished. I think we have finished that first 5-wave move, and we are now in a correction. Yeah, and that could come lower. Now that 200-day moving average is certainly an important resistance level. It's currently at 9 cents. Only if VeChain manages to break above this 9 cent level, higher levels will be possible. This is currently holding the price down as well. And yeah, if you can break the 9 cent level, then we're gonna go here all the way up to 10.2 cents. That's the previous high here. And we had oftentimes this level as support and resistance. So just to show you some examples, we had here resistance that was on the 27th of December. Here we had support, here we had resistance, yeah. That was an area of trade here. So it's an important level, that 10.2 cent level. It would also be the target level of that descending wedge. So if you remember, we talked about this descending wedge as a potential breakout pattern, and the target of a wedge, typically if you break to the upside in this case, would be the beginning of the wedge. And the beginning of the wedge here, you could argue, was 10.2 cents. So we are not there yet. So we need to make that move ideally above the 200-day moving average. But do we do that now? Do we do that after an ABC? I don't know. We now need to see how the price is reacting. What we can certainly see in the smaller scale here, if we go to the, yeah, let me go to the 4-hour chart. Might see it a little bit better. I mean, this here is certainly a little bit concerning, what we see on the price here. You can see how the uptrend changed, where we made constantly higher highs and higher lows. And this here for the first time now is pretty much a lower high. So also looking at that, you could argue this is a head and shoulders pattern. where we're now again coming back to that neckline. And if you lose that, probably going to fall back to that previous support here that I have indicated as 6.1 cents. And that would be a target for the 50% retracement, yeah, for that wave 2. Absolutely. So that is certainly possible. So here we are currently at a decision point. Pull back to a trend line. Yes, of course, there is an opportunity to push higher from here. First of all, we would need to see the volume. And in my opinion, I would want to wait until we at least get above that previous rejection point at 8.2 cents. So, you know, I think we do a retracement here. Can the price push higher? Yes, of course it could. But I think to do that, it needs to break at least above, yeah, that previous 8.5 cent rejection point. But then you're approaching the next major resistance. But until we are above that 9 cent level, yeah, I'm a bit careful. Personally, I would now wait to accumulate more. I would wait for the next dip. And I can imagine that we come down a little bit lower now, that we're going to break this here sooner or later. If we break above 9 cent now, I'd be a bit surprised, yeah, because I would expect now this ABC to play out. But as I said, it could also be that this fifth wave that I showed you is not finished yet and that we push a little bit higher, because we are currently coming also into a decision point. So let me just go one more time here to the 4-hour chart. So you have obviously that ascending trend line, but you also have a descending trend line coming down here. So it's really here currently in a decision point. Could consider that a trend continuation pattern. So we could, if we take this as the height of that triangle, breakout to the upside would actually push us above that 9 cent level to the downside, and we would get to that roughly 6 cent level. Okay, so again, until we really break here this level, we don't know. We're currently in a pattern, we're in a triangle pattern. Typically, because we're coming from below, you could consider it after such an increase a trend continuation pattern, just a consolidation within an uptrend. But just purely looking at the wave count, in my opinion, the ABC isn't finished yet, or we are looking here at an extended wave up. So it all depends on what the price is doing now, probably in the next few hours, maybe today, maybe early tomorrow, because this breakout will tell us where the price for VeChain is going to head next. So this is a potential breakout formation. A potential breakout formation always holds opportunities, and as you know, on this channel I try to make you aware of these. I try to be proactive. I try to make you aware of these patterns, potential breakout formations before they occur. If we go down, I would use that to accumulate more, absolutely, especially if we get to the target level of that 50% retracement, where we would see a minimum retracement for a wave 2. Then I would probably dollar cost average in again. If we go higher, I'm just going to hold. I'm not going to take profits yet for VeChain. I think the opportunities are just too good. Yeah, I mean, we talked about at least a 45 cent VeChain level, for example, price chart. Fibonacci extension, I mean, after, when we break the all-time high level at, I think, which is currently at around 28 cents. If you break that, then the next main target I'm looking at is 45 cents. Here, that is the all-time high back here. Yeah, 28 cents. And the Fibonacci extension, the 1.618, is here at 45 cents. And that would be the minimum target of the next major wave to the upside, because what we did here, the all-time high was a wave 1. We then made that ABC correction, which was part of a wave 2, and the next wave up should be that wave 3 to 45 cents. So that's what I'm looking here currently at VeChain. Interesting chart, interesting formation. Normally, when you are in a pattern like that, you would wait to see what the next price move will be to react then to the market. But for me, very critical. I mean, important level is here that previous rejection point at 8.5 cents, but even more important is the 9 cent level to the upside, the 200-day moving average. And if you break that, then 10.2 cents is the next level. And VeChain is one of the cryptos where I think that with a higher probability than for some other cryptos, the low could already be in. And the reason I say that is because VeChain did a first impulse to the upside. Yeah. The other question that always comes is, when Bitcoin now drops, and take a look at my Bitcoin video, because my scenario is, I've got 2 scenarios for Bitcoin. In both scenarios, we're eventually going to drop below 29K, before we can really go to new all-time highs. So it's actually a very, very bullish outlook, but we need to finish that correction first, in my opinion. Anyway, a lot of questions. What will happen with VeChain? Well, As I said, if VeChain does here a first impulse or even goes a little bit higher, it could, of course, it will come lower with Bitcoin, but it could obviously make just a higher low. In that case, the low could be in, but that is exactly that ABC that I've been talking about, that we could drop, of course, even lower than that 50% retracement, and that would then be another opportunity to accumulate for VeChain. So in all scenarios, also for VeChain, in my opinion, there will be another dip. How strong will it be? I don't know, but it would certainly be something where there is another chance to accumulate, and not only for VeChain, but for other altcoins. I would expect that as well. Okay, that's my view on VeChain. Hopefully you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.